Welcome to the Joshua Show. My name is Joshua. Wait. I think my instinct's telling me that today is January 10, 2014. Welcome to the new year, folks that's watching this at home. And I know you guys have the remote. Make sure you click on the Joshua Show. We have Tanya in the building. My instinct says she should be here soon. But I want to give a little thanks, not little thanks though, but my instinct's telling me that we had a rough year in 2013. That's why everybody's telling us that Boston is strong. And you're only watching the Joshua Show at BNN right now. So thank you for watching the Joshua Show. And you know what? Everybody's been telling me to do new changes. And today in the Joshua Show, there are new changes that you will see in the future. Today is the new change. Probably next week in the future is a new change. But there's a change that the community told me on Twitter. So if you have a Twitter account and you want to add me on Twitter, add at the Joshua Show. Joshua Show. And right here at BNN, we are going to read your tweet in the show. That's what you prefer, and now I am giving it to you to tweet any topics you want on this show. And you're only watching it here at BNN. Right now we have Tanya and forgot your name again. Julia. They're gonna explain to you guys what they work for.
So I work for the BPs for George campaign. Also, as Julia does, she's the lead organizer. I'm the youth organizer. And what I do in my job is I try to empower youth to be able to feel like they can make a change in the community, feel like they can make a difference, and kind of help them understand that they have a voice and they should use it. So if you have something that you believe in, then you should speak up about it, because there are resources and there are people out there that can help you out and kind of get you where you need and where you want to. Because I remember when I was younger, I felt as if I couldn't make a change, I couldn't make a difference, and my voice wasn't really useful, when in fact a youth voice is the most powerful voice out of all voices, because it means something more when it comes from a young person rather than somebody that's of an older age, because it's like, we really do care about the situation, or depending on, whatever it is. It could be violence, it could be something, whatever. And basically we have, for the BPs for George campaign, it started off a year ago when one of my friends passed away. His name was George Hernandez. He was shot outside of his house. And that's the point when I realized that I was gonna do something, because I wanted to make a change. And with that happening, it was like, it hit our community. So it hit our community hard, and we kind of didn't know what to do. But then the diocese decided that out of this, we wanted to make a change, and we wanted to do anti-violence work. So that's basically kind of where we started and what I'm doing with my job right now.
What is the youth organizer?
So as I just said, so youth organizer, that's my title. I was recently given that title. It was like designed for me, so I'm special. No, sir. It was basically, they wanted to bring on a young person to be able to talk to the youth. So it's not as all the people are just coming preaching at you, telling you, this is what you should do, and this is how we can help you. But sort of somebody that kind of is in their position, around their age, to kind of talk to them about, you can make a difference if you choose to make a difference.
Yeah, because as the lead organizer for BPs, we saw that we were doing a lot of work that was focused on youth violence in particular, but we didn't have young people involved in the same kind of way that we really wanted them to. And so not just having Tanya come in to talk to them and kind of see them as a problem area that needed to be fixed, but to talk to them and to help them to see how their voice is really important, and that we can't do this kind of work that we're trying to do around youth jobs, around education, around gun reform, without young people's voices being a part of it. So we brought Tanya on to really learn how to organize and then go about doing that through different churches, different community organizations, and getting young people out to events.
Yeah, it's really interesting to me because when I go out sometimes on Sundays to visit churches and talk to the youth and kind of see where their minds are at and, you know, what they believe in and some of the thoughts that people have and some that the youth have is really empowering, and it's something that can actually make a difference, can make a change, because some youth, they want to organize events or they just have a certain memory that's a part of them of why they do what they do and why they want to be a part of BPs. So it's encouraging and it's motivating to me to keep doing the job that I do, because me seeing these youth feeling as if, you know, I want something to happen, I want to change, it just like pushes me to the limit and says, you know, this is what I'm going to do, this is what I have to do. It's kind of like my calling, as I feel that it is, yeah.
What are some of the events that's coming up?
So we have our first youth event is going to be on the 20th of
February.
I'm just really bad with dates, really bad. So basically, on that day, the youth are going to be able to learn about what is youth voice, what does it mean to speak up, and kind of some background about like gun violence. And we're going to try and brainstorm a little bit about, you know, what can we do as a community, and how can we benefit from that day and bring with us in the future. And that's just one of our first events that's coming up.
Yeah, and that's going to actually happen right after a youth jobs rally that happens down at the State House every year.
I go there every year.
Yeah, so we're going to have, you know, young people come down for the rally, and we're really trying to get not just youth from Boston, but from around Massachusetts. So it's over February vacation. Come down, be a part of this rally to get more funding for youth jobs, because we know that's an important part. And then when you're done with that, come across the street to the Episcopal Diocese, who funds our work and who we support and supports us, and spend some time, eat with us, and do this event to figure out what your next steps are. And then Tanya's going to be a part of planning several more things down the road from that.
Can everybody apply for BPs?
There's not necessarily a place where you apply, because what our job is we're a campaign that we focus on anti-violence work. So there are areas where you can key in, because we have 5 different subcommittees. We have youth and families, we have school partnerships, we have, what other ones do we have?
I was going to see if you could do it.
Nah.
Tanya works specifically with youth and families.
Yeah.
We also have people working on gun reform,
Yeah.
people working on youth jobs, and folks who are just thinking about educational opportunities. Anyone who wants to get involved, you know, we started with the Episcopal Church, so it's a lot of Episcopalians, but all these churches are in the community. So anyone who's in the community and wants to be a part of what we're doing can contact us and get engaged.
Yeah, and I'm big on a whole thing of diversity. So I want different types of people, all different ages, intergenerational, so we can actually see, you know, they say to make a change, it starts with one person. Yeah. So if you get one person that has this brilliant idea, or that has a passion for something, you bring more people involved with that, and you're a bigger power, you're a bigger force. It's something, you're gonna make a change, you're gonna make a difference, because it's more powerful when it comes from more than one person. Like, I always use this example as, if I go to my boss, my lovely boss, by myself and I ask her for a raise, she's probably gonna tell me no. But if I bring all of my other coworkers and ask her for a raise, she's probably gonna think about it more, because she's like, hey, you know, maybe I should give these people a raise, because, you know, they deserve that raise. So that's what I think of when I wanna make a change in my community. I can go and try and do something, I can plan something, but it's not gonna work unless I have more people behind me and thinking the same way that I do, or have the same passion I do for something to happen.
Cause the reason why I asked that, cause I was thinking about joining for the BPs.
Yeah, you should, come on. And we're going to be part of a service day on MLK Day, so next Monday at the Blackstone School in the South End. That's a great way for people to come out, do service for a school, and then stay and learn about how they can get involved in gun reform work. So it'll be just actual, like, cleaning up the school, painting murals in the morning, and then staying and learning about what's happening with gun laws in Massachusetts in a fun and interactive way that Tanya will help to lead. So that's a great chance coming up soon, that people can just come out and find out what it's all about, and then go from there.
So we are going to PSA. Stay tuned after the PSA.
Hey, up here.
Yeah?
Everything's got a video screen these days. Your son really seems to like his.
Yeah, I think his face is stuck to that thing.
Look at all the drug images out there. Not to mention what shows up on the internet.
So what should I do?
Ask him when he's watching. Talk about this stuff.
It's a good idea. So, anything good on that thing?
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket. Again. It's like, hello? That's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
All in together now. We can make it better now. Come on, can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. We'll rope it up, cause we know how to jump. We'll roll it out, cause we know how to skate. We'll cut it down, cause we know what to eat. We'll swap it out, we eat healthy stuff. Can we do it? Yeah, you know that we can. Can we do it?
Just moving a little and eating better every day can help make you and your child healthier. Search We Can to find doable tips and activities that you can use every day.
It's time for This Week in Bad Stats.
Bad stats?
Horrible stats. Here goes. 260.
That's how many runs were walked in with the bases loaded last season.
Wow, very good. Here's a tough one, though. 3 and 4.
No idea.
That's the number of kids who witness bullying. 3 out of 4.
Not a good stat.
No, it's not, but that can change. Kids want to help, but they don't know how. You can visit stopbullying.gov and give them the tools they need to help prevent bullying.
There are plenty of safe ways kids can help at stopbullying.gov.
Welcome back to the show. Tell us more of what you do in BPs.
Sure. We have people working in different elements. We really wanted to look at what are the root causes of violence in our community, and so we spent some time trying to figure out how people could actually take action, and we focused on a few key areas: gun reform, as I spoke before, school partnerships, youth jobs, and then sort of this youth and family engagement. And around gun reform, we've been starting by focusing in Massachusetts. We're part of the Massachusetts Coalition to Prevent Gun Violence. And as a part of that, we've been getting people to write and call and lobby their legislators to testify at public hearings. And actually, Tanya was a part of a meeting that we went to with the Speaker of the House, Robert DeLeo. I don't know if you want to share a little bit about that.
Yeah, for me, I think that was an interesting experience because I stress having youth involved in everything that we do because, you know, a lot of events that I go to for this campaign, you don't really see a lot of youth presence there. I feel like I'm always the youngest person in the building, which makes me feel good about myself. But when we went to speak to Robert DeLeo, it was really intriguing to see his reaction towards what we were saying and what we believed in because we wanted to, there's like right now you can buy an unlimited amount of guns per month, like handguns, and we wanted to change that to 1 handgun per month because in actuality, why do you need all those guns? Like you need to buy 40 guns a month. That's useless. What are you gonna use 40 guns for? Nothing. So nothing good at least. Because I mean, what are you gonna do? Shoot something different every single day? No, that's horrible. So when we told him about that idea, he was like, whoa! Like he was kind of shocked because he was kind of like, oh, I thought you guys wanted like 1 gun per year or like per. He said something along those lines, and it was kind of really interesting because I feel like, I mean, we're not trying to take away your rights as a person, as a gun owner. But we're just trying to make it so as if it's fair for everybody because you could be responsible with your gun, but I might not be responsible with my gun. And we need to figure out a way that, you know, the playing field can be leveled because it's not fair the way that things are happening.
Yeah, and we're also partners with an organization called Citizens for Safety that does a lot of great work in looking at how guns are trafficked into our communities, especially in the inner cities. So this 1 gun a month measure would help to prevent situations where somebody goes and buys those 40 guns and then sells them out of the back of their car or reports them stolen, but really they weren't stolen.
They do that a lot.
Yeah.
Since we're in a new year in 2014, do you think there's gonna be more violence like what it was in 2013?
The numbers in 2013 actually were lower. I think that Boston nationally, it's people who live here, we don't necessarily feel like this. I think we really feel the violence that